What a beautiful spring day. Or is it? So while the calendar says it's spring, Mother Nature still has different ideas here for us on the mountaintop. And heating season isn't over for us. And I have had a few people ask about how much wood that we use here. And this is the first year I've had the firewood shed to actually really be able to keep track of it. But what you're seeing here is a wheelbarrow full. I fill it up. I bring in 2 loads every couple days. And so by the end of the season, we're probably going to end up using 3.5 or 4 cord. All right, so that rack gets put right here. It's just something I kind of whipped up pretty quick. It's on wheels, so I can just wheel it over here to the front door. And no big deal. One of the best things I did, though, was put this tray on the bottom so it catches all the garbage. So many firewood stands are sold without a tray on the bottom, and then all your crap that falls off the wood is right on your floor. Anyways, let's get to today's video topic. Today we're talking about all the mistakes that I've made this winter and owning up to them. So, all of the mistakes I've made have one thing in common. So if you want to know what that one thing is, make sure you stick around till the end. So in the fall, I put in driveway markers. This is the first time I put in driveway markers. You know, your standard driveway marker. Great idea, right? Yeah, it works great until they fall down. And it would have worked even better if I hadn't waited till the ground froze. So I'm living on top of a rock as it is. Trying to get these toothpicks into the ground was no easy challenge here. So no big deal, right? Well, yeah, but along this driveway here, which is still buried in snow, there's a ditch, and that ditch has the 4-inch black pipe that helps drain the water down over the hill here, and it's covered with number 2 crusher just number 2, and those little driveway pegs were supposed to keep me off of that. Well, I busted into the tubing a couple times now, so I'm not necessarily sure that I actually need the tubing as long as the water can still drain down over the hill. So that's mistake number 1. Number 2, most recently, I hit one of my security cameras, battery operated camera that I got off Amazon, and that's because the snow is higher than the driveway camera, and that thing took a ride. But I had it in like some extra housing, and I found it, and it still works. Busted up the housing. I got a couple pictures of it right here. So here's that external housing that I have. You can still see the camera on the inside there. And here it is taken apart. You can see that the one piece is kind of missing, with a hole in the back where the auger hit it. Yeah, right there. And you know, all in all, it got banged up. But if you take a look at the camera right here, Nothing really wrong with it, right? But it's a little bit hazy of a picture, so I dropped it in our bowl of rice, and I'll leave it there for a few days, and hopefully that'll clear up the picture. In any case, hopefully it'll still work. So not to think that all the mistakes happened on the driveway. As you guys know, I also clean off my deck with a snowblower. And I'll take you on the deck and show you what happened there. Tell you what, I'm looking forward to sitting out here again. Starting to feel the sun. Gotta love it. Alright, so here we are up on the deck, and I have some downspouts from the gutters. And yeah, look at there, guys. Punched a hole right in it. And I want to talk to you about this this path right here too. I'm not sure if I'm going to put this as a fail on my part for mistakes at winter, but I will say it was the wrong product to use right here. This, I can't go over it with a snowblower. It always digs in, and in the spring, after all the snow melts, you can already see there's rocks everywhere. It's a mess. So I got to figure out a different path. This path was put in place for drainage more than to walk on. All the water seems to collect and run right down through here, so I had to make that happen without erosion. So I got to come up with a better idea of clearing that out, because my propane tank is on the other side of the deck. We have to keep it accessible. Alright, so you guys know the main problem I had this year was I busted a line on the snowblower, the one that uses the directional on the chute. So, okay, I own up to that, and I was blaming Kubota at the time. And then I'm laying there in bed one night, and this was before I had gotten the new hose. I'm laying there, and I said to myself, I know exactly what I did wrong. And it all comes back to when I lost that pin on the K-frame. So I'll show you here. So the pin was here, and I took somebody's advice and zip tied it for a temporary fix. And then, in between getting a new hose, I took the other hose and zip tied it to this to keep it away from the drive shaft. That was the absolute wrong thing to do, and I realized that in the middle of the night. I made a video about this, and I'll put a link up top. And I didn't take my own advice. So let me show you what it's supposed to look like. So it comes off the chute. This is I got the hose wrap that came with it. These two here, and then I bought some more hose wrap and put it on down here. But what's supposed to happen is you'll see it. It goes right through that channel right there. This channel right here is supposed to be on this side. If it doesn't come through that channel, all right, so then it comes off the back side, right through here and up. That's the way it's supposed to be. Now I had them flopping all over the place down there. And I knew better. But this is the moral of this video, is that I waited as long as I thought I possibly could to put the snowblower on. I waited as long as I possibly could have to put the stakes up. And I didn't put enough stakes up. So all of these things could have been prevented if I just did everything a little sooner. I'm like you want to leave your loader on as long as possible. It's a more functional tractor that way. I get it. But in the future, I'm going to try to put on my snowblower before the snow flies I'm going to try to put my driveway stakes in before the ground freezes. And I'm going to buy more of them. So, like I've shown you on this channel before, I make mistakes, and I'm here to share them with you. And these are they minor? Sure. But the hose repair, not inexpensive. And it didn't need to happen, especially since it's only a couple of years old now. So, let's all slow down, try to manage our time just a tiny bit better, and maybe prevent these failures. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed watching all of my mistakes that I've made this winter. I'm going to go enjoy my deck. Till next time.